So welcome back. In previous lecture we have seen the spectrum for hydrogen atom, methyl radical, okay, then nitrate compound, that one nitrogen containing compound is there, okay. So overall we have seen these three peaks. So in the case of hydrogen we have got the two lines, okay, by the excitation of electrons, not excitation, by the first interaction of electron with the magnetic field, that splitting of energy will occur, and once that splitting has been occur, interaction of electron with the nucleus takes place, and overall we get the two lines, okay. And the here you can see the intensities of the lines is in the ratio of 1:1, okay. All of these things are can be explained by using this Pascalian triangle, okay. For two lines we get the intensity ratios in the 1:1 manner. Next, if we get the four lines, that in the case of methyl radical we get the four lines. So overall we can explain that lines based upon the Pascalian triangle again, and the intensities of that four lines will be in the ratio of 1:3:3:1, okay. So the experimental spectrum will looks like this, and here we can see that spectrum is not likewise that for the NMR, like we get the line spectrum or some UV visible spectroscopy, there we get the band spectrum, but the experimental spectrum for the ESR spectroscopy is the derivative type of spectrum. So here we get the this difference, okay. So difference is positive when the absorption has been taken place initially, and once that absorption has been completely occur, we get the like decrease in the value for the absorption count, and hence we get the negative values, okay. Like same we have observed for the potentiometric titrations, okay. So there we got the differential plot. So same type of plot is there in the case of ESR spectroscopy. And the last we have seen the for this compound we get the total three lines, and the intensity is again the same, okay. Now you might be wonder, okay, why that here we get the like explanation is okay here two lines, here we get the if we get the four lines we can get the intensity ratio in the 1:3:3:1, okay. So all of this behavior is only for Pascalian triangles, but if we have observed this spectrum, here there are the three lines, okay. For this compound we get the three lines, but the intensity ratios are in the not in the 1:2:1, but it is in the ratio of 1:1:1, okay. So this difference in the non-Pascalian behavior, we can say that this behavior is observed in the case of those nuclei which are having I value greater than 1, okay. I value greater than 1 or 1/2 specifically. So only we have been left with only those molecule or the atom which are having the nuclear quantum numbers, nuclear spin quantum number value is equals to 1/2 will show the Pascalian type of triangle. And if the nuclei is having the magnetic spin quantum number value I greater than 1/2, we get the non-Pascalian behavior, okay. Non-Pascalian behavior. So for most of the compound, like organic compound, we are having hydrogen, okay. So but certain compound also containing the nitrogen or some sulfur containing compounds or some ESR active compounds, so that will interact and gives the peaks in the non-Pascalian manner, okay. So there we should not be confused, okay. So for non-Pascalian behavior we get the intensity ratios in the 1:1:1 ratio, okay. So next example is the 1,4,1,4 benzo semi-quinone radical, okay. Benzo semi-quinone radical. So here again there is a one unpaired electron on the oxygen, so hence it is acting as a radical, okay. So it has one unpaired electron which will interact with the four equivalent proton, okay. So here overall there are the four protons. So here there are overall the four proton here and here, okay. So there are four proton at these four places, and those four protons are equivalent, okay. So that's all four proton interact with the that unpaired electron, and overall we get the five lines, and that five lines can be obtained by the in the ratio of 1:4:6:4:1, okay. And this ratio is in accordance with your the Pascalian triangle, okay. So if you know this how that splitting pattern occur in the NMR spectroscopy. So you will easily understand how this experimental spectrum is look like. Okay, and the intensity ratios you can also predict by using the Pascalian triangle. Okay, but for the non-Pascalian behavior we need to consider the spectrum intensity as the reference. Okay, so this is the another compound. So also we have seen for the naphthalene, anthracene. Okay, so there we get the, for naphthalene we get the around 25 lines, and for anthracene we get the 75 lines. Okay, in total. So next compound is the trimethyl radical, triphenyl methyl radical. Okay, so we have seen the methyl radical. Now next is the triphenyl methyl radicals. Okay, so in case of triphenyl methyl radical, there are three phenyl rings, sorry, three phenyl rings attached to the carbon, and there is a one free electrons. Okay, so that free electron should interact with the all of these proton, but the protons at phenyl ring are not equivalent. So okay, there are the six alpha protons, six beta protons, and three gamma type of protons. So overall we get the lines in this spectrum as 6 plus 1 into 6 plus 1 into 3 plus 1 is equals to 196. And how this plus 1 we are doing directly, because we know that like formula is 2 Ni plus 1, 2 Ni plus 1, and in case of proton this I value is 1 by 2, so that 1 by 2, so that 1 by 2 is cancel. Okay, so 2 into n into 1 by 2 for proton plus 1, so these two get cancelled, so we can simply write for the proton n plus 1 peaks. Okay, n plus 1 peaks. So there we have used the directly n plus 1 rule. So here we are having the 6 alpha proton, 6 beta proton, and 3 gamma proton. So overall we get the 196 lines. So there are like quite big number. 196 is been complex number. Okay, so we get the complex spectrum for the ESR line. So hyperfine structure in the ESR spectra of complicated organic radical ions may consisting of the large number of lines, of which can be interpreted in a manner similar to the above. Okay, so generally the ESR spectrum of a system where the unpaired electron interacting with the n equivalent proton containing n plus 1 line. Okay, simple, that formula we can like modify that formula for the protons simply like by converting into n plus 1 lines, and the relative intensities are given by the Pascalian triangles. Okay, as discussed earlier, we have discussed that. So thus for the hydrogen we get the 2 lines in the ratio of 1 is to 1. For methyl radical we get the 4 lines in the, or the simply quadrate signal is obtained in the ratio of 1 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. For benzo semiquinone we get the 5 lines in the ratio of 1 is to 4 is to 6 is to 4 is to 1. And for benzene radical we get the septate, or the 7 lines having the intensity ratio 1 is to 6 is to 15 is to 20 is to 15 is to 6 is to 1. And for the nuclei having this nuclear spin value I value greater than 1 by 2, so other rule need to be applied. Okay, so in case of that example SO3 twice NO minus anion, we get the 3 lines, but the pattern of 3 lines will be the, okay, 3 lines will be the having values in the range of 1 is to 1 is to 1. Okay, so same type of spectra will obtain for the 3 lines. And the hyperfine constant or the splitting constant, that in NMR spectroscopy we get the J coupling constant. Okay, J coupling constant, that J value. So that J value will tells you the nature of protons or the nature of that particular atom. So in case of our this ESR spectroscopy we get the hyperfine coupling constant, which is nothing but A. So for hydrogen atom it is 50.68 millitesla. So this coupling is due to the uh, entirely due to the Fermi contact interaction, so which is being proportional to the proportional density of the 1s electron at the nucleus. Okay, so in aromatic free radicals there are unpaired electrons which are delocalized over the molecular orbital, which extending over the entire molecule. So the probability of finding the electron on a given nucleus is evidently very small. Okay, so hence this hyperfine coupling constant is quite small, like in the range of millitesla. So the ESR spectrum in the benzene ring containing 6 equivalent proton is a septate with the coupling constant of around 0.375 millitesla, and for that methyl radical we get the coupling constant of around 2.3 millitesla. So the coupling constant is nothing but how much gap is there between the two lines. Okay, so splitting constant or the coupling constant is nothing but the how much gap is there between these two lines. Okay, so these two lines gap is nothing but the splitting constant, and this gap, if it is gap is same, we can say that all the protons are of the same nature, and if this gap is different we can predict the nature of each proton by knowing the gap of two peaks. Okay, so that is the overall like hyperpine splitting. Okay, so in principle we have seen the like we require the microwave radiations. The next, how that microwave radiations and external magnetic field are interacting with the sample. So based upon that microwave radiations, first, due to the magnetic field, that electron get splitted into the two energy levels, and once that splitting has occurred, so we get the our nucleus interacting with that electron in the various energy state, and we get the spectral lines. So overall there are like quite important instrumentation which will require to like maintain all of these things in a flow. Okay, so we'll see that instrumentation, how the various parts are important for the ESR spectroscopy. Okay, so there are like cholesterol source, magic T. Okay, so certain important instrumental aspects or components are there that we can see in the next lecture.